Have you ever caught him staring at you when he thought you wouldn't notice? Or maybe he remembers the tiniest details about you, like your favorite coffee order or that random childhood story you shared once. Ever wondered why he does that? Ladies, let me tell you something: some men are masters at hiding their true feelings, and the frustrating part? You might be completely clueless that he's already head over heels for you. Picture this: he's sitting right next to you, casually chatting about his day, and suddenly his face lights up when you laugh. It's like he's soaking in every moment, trying to memorize how happy you look. But the second you glance his way, he quickly looks down at his phone. Dear souls, that's not just friendship, that's love fighting to break free. But here's the kicker: he might be dropping subtle hints that you've been overlooking all along. It's not always about grand gestures or dramatic confessions. Sometimes, it's the little things, the lingering glances, the way he listens to every word you say, and how he always seems to be there when you need him. Number 1. He treats you like you're worth the wait. Let's be honest, most guys aren't exactly known for their endless patience. But when it comes to you, it's like he has all the time in the world. Whether he's waiting for a text back without getting frustrated or giving you space when you need it, he never seems to mind. It's pretty clear that he's willing to put his own needs aside just to make sure you're comfortable. Maybe he stays up late just to hear about your day, even when he's tired. Or he patiently listens when you're venting, never interrupting or trying to rush you. And when plans change at the last minute, he doesn't complain, he just goes with the flow because your happiness matters more to him than any inconvenience. This kind of patience doesn't just happen with anyone. It's not just about being polite or considerate, it's a reflection of how much he values you. So, the next time you notice how calm and understanding he is around you, just know it's his way of showing that you're worth it. Number 2. He's always looking out for you. It's not just about draping his jacket over your shoulders when it's chilly. His protective instincts go much deeper than that. Pay attention to how he naturally positions himself between you and potential danger, like when you're crossing the street or walking through a crowded place. He'll subtly place himself closer to the road, guiding you to the safer side without making a big deal out of it. Or maybe he notices when you're uncomfortable and steps in to diffuse the situation, whether it's handling an awkward conversation or stepping up when someone's bothering you. He's always got his eye on your well-being, even when you're too distracted to notice. It's as if his instincts just kick in, making sure you're safe and secure without him even thinking about it. This isn't just about being polite or chivalrous. It's his subconscious way of telling you that he values you, that your safety and comfort mean more to him than anything else. So the next time you catch him acting like your silent protector, know that it's not just kindness, it's his heart showing just how much he cares. Number 3. He always makes time for you no matter what. Life can get pretty hectic, and everyone's got their own responsibilities. But somehow, he always finds a way to be there when you need him. Whether it's replying to your texts within seconds or rearranging his entire schedule just to spend a little time with you, he never makes you feel like a burden or an afterthought. Maybe he's in the middle of a busy day, yet he still sends a quick message to check in or asks how you're doing. Or he drops what he's doing just to listen when you need someone to talk to. Even when he's exhausted or overwhelmed, he still makes an effort to show up for you, because your happiness and well-being genuinely matter to him. This isn't just about being a good friend or a nice guy. It's about prioritizing you even when it's not convenient. Love doesn't just say, "I'm here for you," it proves it, time and time again. If he's consistently showing up for you without making a fuss, it's a pretty big sign that you hold a special place in his heart. Number 4. He loves your weirdness like it's the best thing ever. Let's be real, we all have our little quirks, whether it's your random dance moves, silly jokes that don't make sense, or your habit of collecting tiny souvenirs. But instead of judging or rolling his eyes, he just loves it. When a guy's really into you, your weirdness isn't something he merely puts up with, it's something he genuinely enjoys. He might tease you with a playful grin or even join in on your antics just to make you laugh. And when you feel embarrassed about being silly, he reassures you with that warm smile, letting you know he wouldn't change a thing. To him, your unique habits aren't flaws, they're part of what makes you special. So, if he's always laughing with you and embracing every odd little part of your personality, it's his way of saying, "I love every weird little thing about you." Number 5. He surprises you with thoughtful little gifts. It's not about flashy presents or expensive gestures. Instead, it's the small, meaningful things that truly matter to him. Maybe it's your favorite snack when he knows you've had a tough day, or a tiny souvenir from a place he visited because it reminded him of you. He doesn't make a big deal out of it, he just hands it to you with a casual smile, like it's the most natural thing in the world. These little gifts aren't about impressing you, they're his way of saying, "I'm thinking of you," without saying a word. When a guy does this, it's not just about being thoughtful. It's his heart's way of showing that you're constantly on his mind, even during the smallest, most ordinary moments of his day. Number 6. He casually plans a future with you without even realizing it. He might not come right out and say, "I want to spend my life with you," but pay attention to those subtle hints he drops. Maybe he's talking about that road trip he wants to take with you next summer, or mentioning a concert happening months from now that he's already planning to go to, with you by his side. Guys don't just include anyone in their long-term plans. So, when he's casually envisioning the future and effortlessly weaving you into it, it's a huge sign that his feelings run deep. He's picturing you not just in his present but in his future too, and that's not something he does lightly. These little glimpses into his future with you mean way more than you might think. He's not just daydreaming, he's letting you know, even unconsciously, that he sees you sticking around for a long time. Number 7. He overthinks every text before hitting send. You might think he's just a slow texter or not that interested, but the reality is, he's probably overanalyzing every word. If he types, deletes, and then types again, or takes what feels like forever to reply, it's not because he's ignoring you. It's because he's putting way too much thought into how his message will come across. He's terrified of saying the wrong thing or accidentally giving off the wrong impression, so he double-checks his words to make sure they sound just right. Whether it's a simple hey or a joke he hopes you'll find funny, he doesn't want to risk messing it up. That's how much your opinion means to him. When a guy overthinks his texts, it's not just nervousness, it's his way of showing that he genuinely cares about how you perceive him. It's a subtle yet powerful sign that he's invested in you and wants to make the best possible impression. Number 8. He gets anxious about your opinion. He might come off as confident and self-assured around others, but when it's just the two of you, it's like his cool demeanor crumbles. You notice him hesitating before speaking, carefully choosing his words, and occasionally stumbling over his sentences. It's not because he's unsure of himself, it's because your opinion matters to him more than anyone else's. He doesn't want to risk saying something that might change the way you see him. That subtle anxiousness isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign that your presence makes his heart race and his thoughts race even faster. And when he finally musters the courage to share his thoughts, he'll be intensely focused on your reaction, hoping to see approval or even just a reassuring smile. Deep down, he fears that one wrong word could shatter the perfect image he wants to maintain in your eyes, and that vulnerability speaks volumes about how much he truly cares. Number 9. He opens up about his ambitions. When a guy truly cares about you, he lets his guard down and shares his deepest dreams and ambitions. He might not directly say he envisions you by his side, but pay attention to how he talks about his future. If he's comfortable discussing his long-term goals or passions with you, it means he values your opinion and trusts you with his aspirations. Sometimes, he might even ask about your dreams, subtly trying to see if your visions align. This openness shows that he's not just living in the moment, he's imagining what life could be like with you in it. Number 10. He sacrifices sleep just to talk to you. Even when he's clearly exhausted, he still finds a way to stay up, just to keep the conversation going. His eyelids might be heavy, and his responses might get slower, but he refuses to let sleep take over, because talking to you feels more important. He knows he'll pay for it the next day, but to him, it's worth it. Whether it's sharing stories, listening to your thoughts, or just enjoying the sound of your voice, he'd rather face a tired morning than miss out on these precious moments with you. Sometimes love doesn't come in loud declarations or dramatic gestures. It's hidden in the smallest, quietest actions that speak volumes. If you notice these signs, trust your instincts. He's probably head over heels for you, but too afraid to risk ruining what you already have. If you've noticed any of these signs in your own love life, let me know in the comments. Hit that like button if this video opened your eyes, and don't forget to subscribe for more relationship insights that speak straight to your heart.